Greetings, brothers and sisters. Welcome to another awareness session of Reconstructing Minds Incorporated in partnership with Positive Lifestyle Management and Project Righteous Endeavors. My name is Shantario, aka Brother Midnight. Tonight, I want to bring you a little something on the subject of life. So I'm going to be having a little mini series on the purpose of the law of life. The purpose of the law of life. We know by definition that life is the one creative force of love and action. And we demonstrate love for our brothers and sisters throughout living life. And we know what love to you means. Love to you means I am willing to accept responsibility for you, and I am willing to share responsibility with you. Also, brothers and sisters, life is growth and development towards a particular purpose. And with that being said, I want to begin by reading something that I once studied on environmental science. And it reads as this: life is organized. A living organism can adapt to changes in environment or a changing environment. Life, it can regulate metabolism, obtaining nutrients, resources to survive, and internal environment to maintain homeostasis, which means energy regulation to salt concentration. Life can grow. Life is capable of reproducing. The species can change over time. Now, in reference to that, we're going to be coming out of a teaching in the blueprint on the law of life, beginning on page 47. And it reads as follows: universal law is the awareness that there are 360 degrees of love, life, loyalty, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in all peoples of the earth. That life has within it the necessary strength to gather from itself all that is needed for its growth and development. Life is what? Growth and development towards a particular purpose. Now, beginning on page 48, in the second half, it says the law of life. The law of what life is the awareness that who and what you are today is the sum of your thoughts and deeds of the past. In other words, the life that you live now is based on the choices and the deeds you made from your past. It says, it is that which supplies the energy for creative purpose. And the root word for creative is create. It says the law of life is like the pen of a writer who carves stories out of nowhere. His pen, with his pen, he creates different situations, creates his own boundaries, creates the shapes and forms of many characters, creates the limitations that confine him, and he can create new concepts that will expand his limitations and release him from confinement. In other words, life has a way of teaching us different lessons to learn as we continue to grow and develop in this life. no matter where we are, who we're with, or why we're doing it, where we're doing it, and when it happens. Okay. It says the life gives us the ability to consciously create, recreate, and procreate. And I'm going to break those words down. The word create means bringing something into existence, causing something to happen as a result of one's own action. Recreate means to create again, to reproduce, reenact. Procreate means to produce young, in other words, reproduce. Life. In this manner, we are free to create our own destiny. However, freedom is not the final stage of life, for none of us are truly free until each of us is totally free. Now, it says, from a religious standpoint, we are born physically as a man, mentally as mind, and spiritually as soul. Now, we have teaching on this particular sentence. According to the literature, we talk about mind, body, soul. To make up man, man has to be flesh. And in order to be flesh, he has to have a body. Our mind is our mental aspect of who we are, which represents our thinking and how we comprehend life situations. It is the cognitive side of a man. Now, spiritually, it represents our soul. Now, in the Bible, we know that according to certain religious groups, they refer to the one creative force as God. Okay. So in the beginning, if you read the first chapter of Genesis chapter 1, it talks about the world being without form and void. So that means there was clearly nothing, right? So this religious standpoint allows me to kind of research that a little deeper. And the Latin word to create out of nothing is creatio ex nihilo. Creatio ex nihilo, which means God has the power to create out of nothing. But according to the teachings of the blueprint, we reference God as the one creative force. So, in reference to man being created, the Bible records that man was made from the dust of the ground. So, with that being said, the Bible speaks about God in Genesis chapter 1 breathing into man's nostrils and he became a living soul, right? So, in reference, the Hebrew word for soul is nephesh. Nephesh. Now, The breath of God is called neshama. So God took the dust of the ground, formed it into a body, breathing the breath of God, entering into that clay, into that dirt, becoming a living soul. So far, brothers and sisters, we see three of the main facts of the law of life of humankind. We have the power to create, recreate, and procreate. But all creation, the essence of creation, belongs to the one creative force. So with that being said, I'm going to close this session, and I hope you have learned something in part one of the purpose of the law of life. Thank you so much for your time. And with that being said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and subscribe to Reconstructing Minds Incorporated in partnership with Positive Lifestyle Management and Project Righteous Endeavors. My name is Shantario, aka Brother Midnight. Blessings to you all.